Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to this live stream about GDPR and why you should treat your business like the new laws that are coming in 25th of May, which is in 2 days' time if you're listening to this live or today. A big shout out to those of you that will be listening to this on the podcast. Don't think it's not relevant just because of the date. The content of this live stream is completely relevant regardless of the of when the regulations come in. So hello Bonnie, my dear. So I've just done a live stream just to update you all. It was a very quick one, so it's not going to be, you know, I might put it on the YouTube channel and the podcast, but I talked about how we can change our state, and I just want to reference that briefly. I was talking about feeling tired and a bit demotivated and what I do to change my state. And hopefully for you, that those of you that are watching now or listening now who saw that live stream, you can tell I put my makeup on, I've got dressed. I wasn't in my pajamas before, but I was in my comfy house clothes. I've changed the backdrop, I've got my headphones on, I'm just all prepared and all together. And all I did was give myself a quick tap, made myself feel better, shoved a load of makeup on my face very quickly, literally in 10-12 minutes. So Bonnie, I hope it's up to scratch. I hope I look all right. And just like, I just feel so much more together just from changing my state. And I'm not saying you should use the makeup thing. Find out what it is that works for you, but just make sure you use it. Okay, so back to this GDPR thing. GDPR, I'm not going to go through the regulations. I'm not a legal person. I can't give you advice on that perspective. What I would say, if you haven't done anything with it yet and you have got an email list, you need to email them in the next 2 days. You have a deadline. The regulations come into effect on the 25th of May. And actually, I didn't realise this, hands up, but I've had a lot of emails today and yesterday from people that I know and follow that aren't in the UK. So the UK regulations, but they apply to anyone within the UK and Europe, I think. So actually US people have got to deal with this as well. And they're going one step further and saying, I want you to re-opt into my list. Not many UK people are doing that unless they want to do a big sort of detox and clear out of their email list. If their email lists are very quiet or not picking up their emails, they might choose to actually do a big sort of clear out and get rid of the deadwood that aren't watching or aren't reading their emails. You don't have to do that. All you need to do is, well, this is from what I've seen and from the guidelines that I've got, is that all you have to do is basically send an email to your list with a privacy policy that must be compliant. It must be GDPR compliant, and let people know that you have that on all. Make sure it's on your website, on any opt-ins, landing pages, all of those things. Every time you put something out there, it needs to be on there. It probably should be on your Facebook page. I don't know that for sure, but that's just popped into my head. So I need to find that out for myself, for my own business. So my email's coming out tomorrow. If you really haven't got a clue what to do, look at someone else's in the industry that you trust. I've looked at a couple of others, US and UK, and I've got my wonderful VA, Jenny, who has done a lot of research for me and has sort of prepared things as my VA. But you should really buy, there's a great information pack by Susan Dibble, which I have bought and am implementing, and we're doing it, you know, what we should do. Hasn't been nice. So here is when I'm going to come on to how we should run our businesses, which is just so, like, if we ran our businesses like the approach we've had to take to GDPR because of legal implications, I think we'd all be in different places. So first of all, it doesn't have to take ages. I spent probably about an hour doing my email because I had to do the links and stuff, and I needed some help from my assistant to set up the privacy policy, make sure it's up to, make sure it's connected to my website and blah, blah, blah. That's actually probably the time it would take you to add an opt-in pop-up to your website. It's probably the same amount of time it would take you to set up a landing page with a simple opt-in in, or a link on a Facebook post with an opt-in to get people onto your list. So it doesn't have to take ages. It doesn't have to consume you. You can do it. You can do it quickly. It will be good enough. You just need to get it out there. So obviously it needs to be GDPR compliant, but yeah, you get my point. Yeah, cool, brilliant, Bonnie, brilliant. So Bonnie's just saying she's got a lot of people as well, for those of you that can't see the comments. So also the fact there was a deadline, like the deadline has crept up. At first it came in, we thought we had ages, and surprise, surprise, all the emails are coming out. Most of the emails are coming out yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I mentioned mine are coming out tomorrow. Hi Kiki, lovely to have you. You're just doing yours now. So Kiki, I've talked a bit about the regulations, but I'm really applying them to how they, if we run our businesses like we've had to implement GDPR, we would be in a lot better place. So quick recap, it can be quick. It doesn't need to be overwhelming and horrible and stressful. With a deadline, you just have to get it done. And also we have, or you should have, sought the advice of experts. So I mentioned Susan Dibble. I'm not affiliate with her. Couldn't bother to sign up to it, to be honest. I'm not an affiliate, but I know her stuff is really, really great. She's an expert for small businesses, an expert lawyer for small businesses. Expert opinion and expert knowledge. And if we sought that for the right things in our business, rather than things that we think might help or that, you know, we're drawn to necessarily, I think we're drawn to things for a reason. So I am very much, you know, that is true. If you're looking for something, your teacher normally turns up. But actually going out and getting the right advice for what you need is so key in business, as it is for GDPR. There is no... You cannot bury your head in the sand for GDPR. Likelihood you might not get found out. You know, is the government or the data protection body, whoever it is, going to come after a really small business when it can go after a massive one and get some really big fines? Probably not, but there's a risk. So you can't bury your head in the sand. You have to do this. You don't have a choice. And actually, if you applied that to business, I don't want you to get in the feeling of, I have to do this and it feels hard and I don't want to, and ooh, if only I didn't have to do this, which you might feel about GDPR. But because you haven't got the choice, you just have to get on with it. And actually, if we applied that to business, that would also be sometimes helpful. Not for every. If you're feeling like that about everything, pretty rubbish. If you're feeling like that all the time, pretty rubbish. Something's wrong and something needs to be addressed. But if you're feeling like that occasionally about certain things in your business, you either just have to get on with them or you have to outsource it. So get some more help, get someone to do it for you, and then it's not a problem. It's just one of those things that you have to do to have a business and to move yourself on. So absolutely, no excuses, no more burying your head in the sand. It's all over everywhere. Everyone's getting emails in their inbox. There is no excuse to not know about this. Even if you didn't know about it 2 days ago, you will now, and they won't take that as a reason. You're supposed to have a data protection folder with everything that you've done to comply in it. I'm not going to give you massive advice on that, but you should have a record of what you're doing and what you need. So Robin, hi Robin, has said, I've just found out I need to have a privacy policy on my blog. Need to get it sorted out. I thought it was just for mailing lists. You're absolutely right, Robin. Policies on blogs. So I would imagine, I mentioned earlier, Facebook and possibly even on the podcast. I don't know. I'm going to find that out and I can let you know, guys. So the last thing I want to finish with, because I need to go, I've got an appointment. I was going to keep this short for you. Last thing I want to leave you with is also not to worry too much. Hi, Belinda, you're here as well. So not to worry too much about it, because, you know, if you've done what you need to do, then you're okay. And it's the same in business. If you've done what you need to do, you're okay. And you have to trust. And like I said earlier, are the government data protection bodies going to come after small businesses like ours? Probably not. They're going to go after the big guns where they can place the big fines. That's not a reason. Oops, that's not a reason not to do it, but it's a reason to not worry too much about it and trust, like you need to trust in business, that it's all going to be okay. You know, the regulations are very cloudy. They remind me of employment law. I used to work in HR and have to apply this employment law. When we were doing compromise agreements and exiting people out of the business and redundancies, disciplinaries, it was so difficult to do them properly because there's always grey areas, and that was with a lot of case law, and most legal things are based on previous case law. Obviously for this there is no case law yet, so the regulations will evolve as time goes on, just like your business will evolve as time goes on. You will learn new stuff, you will change. So the case law is going to dictate what we need to do for GDPR would help if I could say it, and your journey is going to dictate how your business grows, who your ideal client is, and all of those things, all your marketing and everything. It's a journey, which I know sounds cliche. Your business evolves like you evolve. You change, you progress, you have challenges, you have great times, all of those things. As long as you trust it's going to be okay, and you can have that positive attitude, and when you haven't, that's okay, but you need to do something to be able to honour that and then change your state, which we were talking about earlier. As long as you're doing that, then don't stress about it. It's all going to be okay. And, you know, certainly don't stress if you haven't done anything about it. Just get into action and then figure out why you're really stressing. Same as business. If you're stressing about where's my next client coming from, where's this, what's that, I don't know who my ideal client is, all those things, what's my niche, then actually do something about it. And then you can, if there's something going on, you can figure it out. So if you want any help on all of those things, ideal client, niche, what you're supposed to be doing, what your passion really is, whether you really want to do it, who you should be marketing to, how you should be marketing. You need to get your head out from the sand. You need to start getting focused and into action and fired up about your business. You need to come to my event. So, and for those of you that are listening after the time has passed, there will be another event soon. So there'll be a link next to this where you can sign up to be pre-notified of the next event. But if you're listening to this before the 12th, 13th and 14th of June, then I really, really do urge you to join us. We are going live in Hemel Hempstead, which is just outside of London. Fantastic venue, really easy to get to. And it's going to be fantastic. Vision board is one day, so that's an optional day, but or a standalone day in itself. Absolutely going to be I'm so excited about delivering it. Vision board, what is your vision? What is your passion? Not just in business, but does it fit in with your life? I talked about that earlier. The challenges of trying to do everything and being able to just trust, but also being clear on what it is that you want to do. And not just in business, but in life as well. And how your business fits into that, and how you need to change or have a certain approach in order for it to complement and fit in with those goals. Day 2 and 3, or day 1 and 2 if you're just attending the 2-day event, absolutely fantastic. Business building, mindset freeing. We're going to get you on point, all of the things I've mentioned before. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to speed this up, and I'm going to take you through at least 3 steps of my 7-step success formula, 50k 7-step success formula. And if you've come to the events before, it will be new content, so it's absolutely even more worthwhile you coming. It's just going to be fantastic. So I will input the links as soon as I can. This takes a little while to catch up with itself, but if you have any questions about it, oh, I got an angry face there, or a shock. And a tear. Oh, I know, Bonnie, that's probably from you because you can't come. But yes, it is. But I know you'll be there one day, and you know, it's going to be awesome. So thank you, ladies. Belinda. Oh, Kate, I'm just leaving, I'm afraid. You can listen to the replay. Karen's just joined. You can listen to the replay as well. Lovely to see you pop up. And Belinda, fingers crossed about your friends coming to the event, because they sound lovely ladies. I'd love to meet them. Cool. Thank you so much, and checking out now. Good luck with GDPR, and remember, it's not that big a deal. It's only a big deal if you make it, just like business. And I believe you can absolutely do both without too much stress and worry and hassle. So good luck with that. Let me know your comments below, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.